to New York State's gatekeepers of cultural heritage. It's clear from the way this has been handled that some of you are not nearly as well read on art, cultural heritage, and reparative justice as you should be. So here are a few recommendations from my library. This would be a good place to start. Because let's be clear, we are not just talking about archaeology, we are talking about art. Art bound to place, art as cultural memory, art as heritage, art with legal implications, art with ethical implications, indigenous art with historical implications, whether institutions are comfortable with that or not. So let's begin. First, Art, Cultural Heritage and the Law, Cases and Materials, by Patty Gerstenblith. A strong place to begin for anyone who needs a refresher on what happens when art, cultural heritage, and law collide. And in this case, that reminder seems long overdue. Because this is important for one very simple reason. We are talking about art. Not something disposable, not something incidental. We are talking about art with cultural meaning, heritage implications, and legal significance. Get reading. Next, Cultural Objects and Reparative Justice, a Legal and Historical Analysis, also by Patty Gerstenblith. Because when a cultural object carries deep historical meaning, the question is not just control. The question is justice. The question is repair. The question is accountability. And those are words institutions love to use until they are asked to live by them. Get reading. And while we're at it, here are a few more. A legal primer on managing museum collections. Because if you are charged with preserving cultural heritage, you should understand the legal and ethical responsibilities that come with that role. Get reading. Museums, ethics, and cultural heritage. Because ethics is not branding. It is not optics. It is not a polished press release. It is not public language about inclusion while difficult evidence is pushed aside. Ethics is what you do when the story challenges your comfort. Ethics is what you do when the evidence speaks for itself and does not need your permission. Get reading. So again, to New York's cultural heritage gatekeepers, here are a few recommendations from my library. A small reading list on art, cultural heritage, law, ethics, and reparative justice. Given the circumstances, it seems necessary. Because since we are talking about art with cultural, legal, and moral weight, you may want to educate yourselves accordingly, before dismissing, before deflecting, before hiding behind outdated frameworks and institutional silence. Get reading.